It's Mr. Box Office, the main event, the professor of truth and entertainment, and the ratings killer. And if you don't know, you need to get to know. And welcome to Mr. Box Office City at Mr. Box Office TV. And Tottenham, bad to life, bad to reality. And that's back to reality again. I told you. I told you. Now, this is not a rant right now. Because at the end of the day, my powder's still dry. My powder is still dry. Because I was told I'm negative. I was told I don't have any football knowledge at all. But I know my football club. And the delusion I have from Tottenham fans, over this last couple of weeks saying, oh, we love Postecoglou. Oh, Postecoglou. And everyone's jumping up and down. We got a song from Robbie Williams, of all people. Robbie Williams. Just to make even more the gift that keeps on giving Tottenham fans, giving their due and say, oh, now we really are going somewhere. We really are going somewhere right now, aren't we? After just one pre-season, which was nothing, yes, Manchester United was the best football since Poch, but it was the second game. Yes, Bournemouth looked good. Maddison looks good. Yes, he's looked very good. Yes. Basuma is still my midfielder all day long. Sarr has been impressive. Van der Ven's been a very good signing. And to be honest with you today, other than the goal, yes, he made a mistake, but he still was very good today still. The goalkeeper is getting better. But it's just, and Richarlison's not been great, but listening to some of the football experts, and I'm not talking about anybody who's a fan, by the way, old players, previous players that are strikers, that's going to take time. But told you, this guy's not going to score you lots of goals. I told you, he scored a goal today. Great. Give him a Blue Peter badge. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to be starting to try and encourage him, and that's it. That's nothing I'm going to do, and that's it. But like I said before, I told you, this is a build. But we were going so over the top. So over the top. And look what's happened. It's not all bad. I have to stress this. It's not all bad at all. Because let's be honest here. Let's really be honest here. Right, if we lost on penalties. We didn't lose in 90 minutes. We didn't lose in 90 minutes at all. So that at the end of the day, I was worried about when we'd gone to penalties straight away. I knew we were going to go to penalty. When we go to penalties, it's a lottery. That's how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles every single time. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. It is what it is. And that's it. But if I'm really honest with you, I think we deserve that after the hype that we've caused ourselves, the hype that we have gone over the top about Postecoglou. He's even said it himself. He says, I've done absolutely nothing at the moment. You know what I mean? I've done absolutely nothing. So I don't know why everybody's making a big fuss. What's the big fuss? This is going to be a long-term plan. And he knows it's a results business. So I think at the end of the day, we deserve that. We deserve that. And it puts people in perspective. And told you, these players have failed. The players that play today, people like Lo Celso, everyone was telling me Lo Celso's back. Everyone was telling me he's back. I told you. He had an agenda when he played for Tottenham in that pre-season. He wanted to go to another club. He's done at Tottenham. I told you. Because he didn't look good today. Yeah, he wasn't the worst player on the pitch, but he wasn't looking good today. The fact that Scarlett came on for him, what does that say to you? And that's nothing against Scarlett. Scarlett's an up-and-comer all day long. But if Scarlett's coming on for you, what does that say to you? We complain about the lineup, but the fact is, you've got a squad there. You've got a squad there. When we got injuries, that's the point. So he's trying to use the whole squad. But yeah, I agree. Maybe he should have not made 9 changes. It's not a great look. We got dominated in the first half. They should have scored. Second goal. Forster saved us. And then the second half, we scored a goal because Tete was off the pitch trying to sort out his boot. So I'm sorry. I told you this was all about what this team's all about. I told you. And people might say that I am mad. I'm not mad. This is just me, the way I speak. Everyone should know what Mr. Box Office is all about. And big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to the 10 people who are watching at the moment. Big up to you. But for me, it's not a case of, it just shows you this is a build. This was going to take time. There was going to be bumps in the road. The problem is, we had the 3 good games. One very, very good game against Manchester United, and Bournemouth was good as well, very good as well, with some very good performances from individuals as well. Yes, we had some very good performances. But I told you, there's a long way to go with this team. And like I said before, I've seen this under Nuno, I've seen this under Pochettino, I've seen this under Conte, and I've seen it on Mourinho. And regardless whether the managers were not attacking managers, defensive managers, it's the same players that let us down all the time. I've heard the things about, oh, we love the training. Oh, it's so inspiring. Oh, it's this and that and this. Oh, the captain's so good. He's happy and everything else. Song's so inspiring and some of the players are so inspiring. I've heard this before. I've heard it before. And when I was hearing it again over the previous weeks, I sat there and thought, where have I heard this before? I've heard this before. Different manager, same players. It's like the whole thing about the players that we want to get out. It's like everyone's going over the top about it. I'm saying, well, you knew that we've got the problem. They're going to sort it out. It's just that it might not be the players you want, but it will happen because they can't sit on the bench or sit not having a squad number or they're not being in the squad because Tottenham can't keep on paying them, can they? Can't afford to pay them. But it's going to be a long-term thing, isn't it? That's the whole point. You know how Tottenham do their business. It's nothing else to say, really. And it goes back to the whole thing about Daniel Levy. Because it always will drag back to Daniel Levy. And like I said on the Perchy show, big up to Perchy, I said, well, he ain't going. So we're still going to be divided. It ain't going to change. And it's just going to be an underbelly of rumblings until the next thing happens. And then the next thing happens. And that's it. But welcome to Mr. Box Office TV. I've kind of gone into a bit of an unleash on what I really feel about tonight, and what's happened. But we'll get and break it down for you today and what I really, really feel about this whole thing, about Tottenham Hotspur as well. Big up to everybody that supported the last live as well. Big up to them. It's not, this was, like I said, and I forgot somebody that I have to also big up as well, and his name's Asthmatic big up to him as well, because he has supported Mr. Box Office and believes in Mr. Box Office as well, the main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment, and doesn't dither for it either. Big up to him as well, and big up to South Coys, Marlon as well. So, as I said before, it's for me, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. It's bad because we've got only one other competition to go in the FA Cup now. We've only got the league. That's bad. That's not a positive, because there's less chance of us playing. Maybe it's good in terms of more time on the training ground. That's it. Yes, there's more pressure on the league. We have to be really honest here. Now there's more pressure on the league now to do well in the league now. I would have hoped Tottenham would have tried to make an effort with the with the Carabao Cup. You know, from what I saw from Postecoglou, I thought there was going to be some changes. There was a little bit too many changes for me. Yes, I do feel that. Why Romero wasn't playing, I don't know. I think Basuma could have played. I think you could have played most of your first teamers, first part of the first half, get a grip of the first half, get through the first half and through the game, and then you could take them off afterwards. Because really, we've not got a lot of games overall in the season. Yes, we've got the cup games. Now we've got no Carabao Cup, League Cup to worry about now. So that's by the by now. That's done with now. And we only got the FA Cup and it's the league. So really, we should have put really a strong team out. So I do agree with that. And another thing as well, for penalties, I'm told Vicario is a very good shot stopper. So why did we not put him in goal for the penalties? That would have been a trick. That was a missed opportunity for Postecoglou. But maybe he's not as ruthless as certain managers are. But, that is a tactic that managers do that to get teams over the line. That is something that they do that. And that was a bit of a bad mistake. But I did have a bad feeling when we went to penalties, because it's always a lottery. So you don't know what's going to happen. And that's it, really. So it's an open book. You don't know. You really don't know, and that's it. But it's a disappointment. But I did tell you there will be disappointments. This is a long-term build. The players that have let us down have let us down. But we can't have a go only at Forrester. I know there's going to be people saying that Forrester wasn't great in that sense. But he did save us. He did make some crucial saves during the second half and the first half as well. So we have to be balanced here. Would Vicario would have saved it? Probably. Don't know. From what we've seen with Vicario, he's a very good shot stopper. So we don't know. We don't know what would have happened. But really, I do feel that Vicario should have played. That was something that I thought should have happened, just to get keep his game time at Tottenham. Definitely should have definitely done that. And at the end of the day, this is just a bump in the road. We said it's going to be bumps in the road. We did say it's going to be bumps in the road. I just think, unfortunately, we went over the top during this good period we've had, very much over the top, and that's it. And I think that's been the frustration for me, is that we're doing the same mistakes that we've done before. Yes, we can enjoy the way that we play. We can enjoy, the football. Yes, we can. But we were going well on the top about the manager, saying we love the manager, we love him, I said, yeah, he looked good. He does certain things well. But really, it's too soon because when it goes wrong, how does he work it out? If he doesn't get the results that we need and get the outcome that we need, what are the board going to do? What are their targets for Postecoglou? What are their targets? That's the point I'm making. You know, it's a long-term thing for me. And I think today's shown you why it's long-term. Because not everything is as simple as just playing good football, making everybody, play into a system. Not everybody is going to fit in that system. One player I've got to talk about is Emerson. Emerson, nah, not happening for me. Not happening for me at all. Sorry. He's one of them. Sorry, just doesn't do it for me. Doesn't do it for me at all. Solomon, pretty disappointing, to be honest with you. Perisic made some good crosses. He was good. He was all right. Skip, disappointing. Disappointing. Very disappointing. I don't know why. He's not. I think the problem with Skip at the moment, he's played under so many managers that I don't think he knows what sort of midfielder he is. That's a problem for me. The goal. I mean, Sanchez. Just he let Carney just run him. It's just very dominated. We were dominating that first half. We didn't hardly see any that much of the first half, really, for me. Højbjerg, you can see why he takes too many touches on the ball. Yeah, it just wasn't great. Wasn't great at all. There wasn't any chemistry again. But again, I think it's just again showing you that you just can't put what square pegs in round holes. It doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. We really are a work in progress, aren't we? So again, I think it shows you, it demonstrates why you can't get ahead with Tottenham, because they always seem to let you down, don't they? So it's one of those things. It's just one of those things that I don't know what else to say, really. I've kind of gone on a little bit too much, to be honest. I'm just talking truth. That's really being honest with you. So I've got to say some big ups to people in the chat that supporting Mr. Bots Office. Big up Daryl Denton. Big up for you, bruv, because I know you've been supporting. Big up to you. Big up to you, TJ. Big up to you, TJ. If you have any questions in the chat, just put a Q in the Q box. Michael, big up to Michael. This is not a second string. This is Ange picking that lineup. You don't change 9 players in the squad at once against tough team. Expect results. Saw the result coming from the kickoff. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I can't disagree with you, to be honest with you. The lineup was too many changes. It was too many changes, and it was a mistake from Ange. It was, and he's going to get judged on that, because top managers, they get praised if they do make the right calls, which he has made the right calls in the last couple of games. But if he does the wrong calls, he's going to get blamed as well. He's going to get criticised as well. So it's got to be fair. Big up to you, Lily White Lane. Big up to you, Lily White Lane. Big up to Tot Spur. Big up to Alexander Hilton. Big up to you, Phil P. Big up to you. Big up to you. Big up to you, Sue Smith. Big up to you. Big up to you, Terry Wright. Yes, Mr. Blockbuster. Yeah, the ratings killer as well. Because whenever I'm on the stream, the ratings go down. The people leave the stream. I've been told. So living up to my name, living up to my name, like they say. Big up to you, Hasper. Big up to you, and big up to everybody. Big up to you, Daniel E. Same old crap, embarrassing in the cups. This is 100% Ange tonight. The fact that makes 9 changes away from home against a fellow Premier League team who made 2 changes is pathetic. Yes, it is pathetic. Yes, it is. But we did say that it's going to be a build. It's a build, and it's it shows how average the squad is, and that's it. Big up to you, Glenn Hoddle. Listen. Listen, right? Okay, I say this. I've said it before. Okay, I'm not convinced by him. I was not convinced by Pochettino. I was not convinced by Martin Jol. I wasn't convinced by Villas-Boas at the start as well. Right? Martin Jol convinced me. I was annoyed when he got sacked at half time. Pochettino convinced me. Harry Redknapp was convinced straight away. I loved Harry Redknapp. Absolutely loved him. Absolutely loved him. And I was upset when he left, to be honest with you. But Pochettino was the one that really persuaded me. I think I was never convinced with Mourinho. I knew he was the wrong man for the job. Conte was up and down, but that was it. Nuno was never. So really, and I mean, I've been a supporter since 1998, and I've seen Christian Gross. I've seen Christian Gross at my club. Saying that, I've seen Andy Booth at my club, and that was bang average. I've got to tell you, oh my gosh, that was bad times. That was bad times. That was really bad times compared to having Harry Kane at our club and having Andy Booth. Honestly, but gosh. Get me back to soca music all day long. Honestly, get me back to that Caribbean music. Bloody hell! I need that. After hearing that, I mean, I had Dominguez at my club. Bloody hell! Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Yeah, I mean, big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to everybody in the chat again. I kind of digress there. Big up to Spurs fan. Big up to Paul. Big up to Wong Viak. Big up to this. Oh, I wouldn't say that. I think that's a bit too much. I think you. Nah. I wouldn't say that. No, don't say that. I couldn't say that. No. Can't say that. Yeah. Big up to Kuz Banter. I think you're just bantering some of you lot. I think you are. So big up to everybody in the chat anyway. Big up to everybody. But yeah, just for me, it's just for me. It's been telling. It's been telling this because I think it's been coming. We haven't really been. We've gone over the top about Ange Postecoglou, and I think we just need to realise this is still a build. And it's proven it's a build because the squad's not ready. It was going to take time, and he needs a lot of time, and he's going to have a lot of time with the squad now because with the games, because we're not in Europe, we're not in the League Cup now. The FA Cup is starting in January. There's a lot of time now to work on the tactics to make sure everybody's up to speed. So there's an opportunity now to see how we do in the league now. And his league position will be judged on, really, let's be honest. But I do think, if it is a build, I would like to see the likes of Scarlett given a go. I'd like to see a striker that we could build with. I don't think a top striker should come in. Sorry. I would take Johnson. I don't mind him. I'm not like over the top about him. No, I wouldn't say that. No, but I wouldn't say no to him. No. And if you can build with him, and it's what Ange wants, give it to him. I think that's what you should do. Give it to him. I think I'm answering the question that Michael's just said, Alex, what do you think about Johnson's interest? Listen, I like I said, I don't mind him. If Ange wants him, you know, I've heard that he's got a lot of pace. You know, he's a Welsh international. You know, if he can, I mean, the thing I don't like about our team at the moment, I think which we need to grow into is that I'd like to see us interchange a little bit more. I think that's what we, interchangeable. Like some of the teams that we see with Arsenal, with their interchangeable system. I think Brighton can do it. I think Manchester United try and do it, and I think Chelsea are going to end up trying to do it as well. And Man City try and do it as well. Top teams try and do that a lot of the time. So I think I'd like to see an interchangeable team that players can play in different positions. I think that's why we're trying to get rid of Højbjerg, because I think Højbjerg he's kind of standard. He's a very standard sort of player, really, and he can play certain positions, and that's it. But I don't know. I have been saying though that Perisic, I wanted Perisic and Solomon to play, and I wanted Song up front, and I think that was a mistake for me. I think Richarlison should have not been up front. I think Song should have been up front as captain. I think you should have had our captains. I mean, none of our captains were on the pitch, which was even more confusing for me. None of the vice captains, Romero or Maddison, and Son wasn't on the pitch. So that was another confusion as well about his selection. His selection wasn't the right one for me. Wasn't the right one at all for me, and that's it for me. So yeah, and just to move it on a little bit more, I mean, Richarlison scored today. Now, I've watched some of the, former players talking about him, and they all seem to say to me, and I think the one that really stood out for me was Ian Wright about Richarlison. He says he's just below confidence. He will get there. Now, if Ian Wright's saying this, you kind of got to listen, don't you? Ian Wright is very well known as an Arsenal, legend and that. And I know I shouldn't really be talking about Arsenal legend on the Tottenham stream and that, but I did take a little bit of note, and even Danny Murphy, who sometimes he does talk a little sense. Danny Murphy, I've got to be honest. And I listened to him. I sat there and thought, you know what, he might have a point. He might have a point about Richarlison. But like I said about Richarlison, I said Richarlison, I'm not expecting goals from him. And I stick by what I say. I said, there used to be a striker called Emil Heskey, and there's Firmino as well. And I think there's been other strikers, and I need to do my research on this, so that, and see what sort of other strikers we've had in the past. But that don't really score goals, but they're very useful for the team to get bring other players into play, and help players into formers, help players and help the team as an overall. But I think with Richarlison, I think he can be very useful in terms of helping the team and other players bring them into play, and also get the overall team, the midfielders, to score goals as well. So I think that's my thing about him. Now I am saying, yeah, he is not very good. He hasn't been very good for us, and I like I said, I stress this. I'm not expecting a lot of goals from him, so it's just more him showing a little bit more. From what also they said, some of the former players and experts said that he does look like he's working hard. Now, when I was watching Manchester United, I didn't feel like he was moving a lot, and that was the frustration for me. And I stick by what I say, because I can't change what I say because I saw what I saw and I didn't see him move a lot. And if he was moving a lot more, I think he would have got more chances, and that's it. And I think that would have done him good if he'd done that. If he keeps on doing it keeps on doing what he should be doing, he will get there for me. That's what I think anyway. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Big up to Meta Football TV. Big up to you. Big up to you. Please subscribe to his channel, by the way. The question here from Totspur. Do you believe Levy is going to sign any more players before the window shuts? To be honest with you, I don't really care, to be honest with you. I think he will get a striker. I think he will get a striker. And if Johnson is the striker that Tottenham wants that Ange wants, I think Tottenham have got no choice but to do what he wants. I mean, they haven't got a director of football at the moment, so they've got really no choice, and that's it, really. That's showing support. And if they don't do it, you know what the Tottenham fans are going to do, because this is why I stick by what I say. Tottenham Hotspur fans are never ever going to be together on all as one because of Daniel Levy, because people that whatever, it always leads back to him. And I think I've come to that conclusion that I just don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I can say Levy out and that and all that, but I just don't care anymore, because he ain't going nowhere. He really isn't going anywhere anymore, and I'm tired of it now, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's it. It's just one of those things, really. And that's for me, and that's it. But that's the only thing I'm going to say about that guy. Anyway, I'm done with him. I'm fed up of talking about it. It's boring. Do you think Anne will last the season? Well, this is the thing. I'm not convinced about it being long term. Again, although I'm just not convinced. Because the fact is, Tottenham haven't lost. I think if he stays the whole season, that's a big achievement. I think Brian, my boy Brian, he summed it up perfectly for me. For me, if he lasts the season, that's an achievement. And if he does it if he stays for another 18 months, that's even more of an achievement. I mean, let alone winning trophies. I mean, that would be absolutely amazing for Tottenham fans, and for me as well. Well, I mean, I've seen Tottenham win a Carabao Cup twice. Some people have seen Tottenham not win anything. You know what I mean? Just seen being Champions League. So, I mean, the first achievement is staying for the whole season. I don't know. I don't know. I think I like I said before, Glenn, if he has a bad run of how many games, I know the chicken's going to come on to roost. And whether the fans say what they want to say, whether they want him out or not, it's really for the board to say, no, we're sticking with our man. We're going to ignore the noise. This is the plan. We're nowhere near the relegation zone. So why are we panicking for? We stick with the plan, and we're going to and stick with our man, Postecoglou, and Scott Munn's man, and that's it. I mean, then we'll carry on, and we will work and build this squad and build it for years to come. And then we'll see the end result, and that's it. Like a WWE storyline, you don't keep on bumping and, changing it. Then the story becomes clunky, and it doesn't work at all. You want it to be a smooth build and have a plan, a beginning, middle, end. Tottenham get to the beginning, start the beginning part, then there's no middle part. And we definitely not get to the end, because we never get to the end of the part, because we always change it before we get to the middle part of the story. It's like Cody Rhodes. He's trying to finish his story to win a championship, and he's not even getting to that. He's still prolonging that journey to win the championship he wants to win. That's Tottenham. We don't get to the end of the story, Tottenham Hotspur, and that's it. You got to the end of the story with Bill Nicholson, because we won the double with Bill Nicholson, And under Keith Birkinshaw, when we won what we won, but we've never really got to the end of the story. We never got to the end of the story with Pochettino. Never did. And that's why we were clambering for him to come back. Well, most of the fan base were. Well, some of them weren't, but most of them were. And really, it's just about getting to the end of the journey. And that's it. And that end of the journey would hopefully be achieving something. And that's it. That's what I say anyway. Big up, Danny. Yeah, I do agree. I think the changes were too much. Too much. I think too much. Heskey scored 154 goals in 737 matches for Charleston's blueprint. Yeah, well, I think that they need to do more. He needs to do more in terms of movement. Anyway, that's what I expect from the likes of Richarlison to at least do that. At least do that. And if he doesn't do that, I just don't know what else to say, to be honest with you. Big up Isaac, Kopf. Big up to you. Big up to Graham. Yeah, we'll never learn. When will we ever learn? Yeah, we'll never learn, Graham. We'll never learn. I told people this already. You know what I mean? It's just annoying, to be honest with you. But you know that's the gift that keeps on giving Tottenham fans. That's the thing, you know, and that's it, you know. And big up to Eltel, mate. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. I wasn't that guy under Conte because there are people that were saying to me, "Oh, we love Conte. We love Conte." This year, it's like, well, we hated Conte. You know what I mean? It's just like, well, you weren't saying that last year, weren't you? You know what I mean? You weren't saying that last year. You know, the same people that were saying that Mourinho was fantastic. I couldn't stand him. Could not stand him at all. You know what I mean? It's just like I knew it wasn't going to work out. Look what happened. Conte, look what happened. Nuno, look what happened. You know, it's not about it. I just like to see what happens because I've been burnt too many times now. I've been burnt so many times now where I'm told, "Oh, we need to believe in something." Well, until I've been shown it, you know what I mean? I'm still not married yet. You know what I mean? I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. So it's like me, you know, I'll be waiting till like day's dawning until I see Tottenham do something. You know what I mean? So until that point, I'll start believing. But I need to see something. I need to see what I've told everybody when I'm going to start backing it, and I'm sticking to that, and that's it. And no one's going to change my mind on that. You know what I mean? Whether I think people think I waffle and that's it, you know, there's nothing really much to say on that, really. And that's it, really, for me. Rich is a no-win situation. He's following Kane. Folks looking for him to score 20-plus goals. They judge him on Kane's performance. Yeah, well, that's the point. That is the point. I did say when there was rumors about Kane leaving and that, I did say that he will, you know, he will be our main striker. And look what's happened. I need a striker that we can build with. That's for me what we need to buy in because if Richarlison gets injured, then we got a problem. You know, I mean, Song. I mean, we need to sort out our midfield as well because if when African Nations competition comes in, I think Basuma's going to go there. I think Sar's going as well. So that's two crucial midfielders, and I don't know. Even though it is kind of mouth watering, even though I called him a reject, but Bentancur and Basuma in midfield, you don't really know how Bentancur is going to come back from that injury, that knee injury. So that's another thing. That's another food for thought as well. The staff change, mistakes always remain. Yeah, well, because it's mostly some of the same players that have let us down before. So that's the point. That's the point, really. Yeah, big up to you. Big up to you, LTL. Big up to you, LTL. Big up to you. Big up to Phil 2109. Big Alex. Big Alex. Speak the truth. Sacrifices must be made when people don't learn. Well, I mean, there's nothing really much to say, really, isn't there? There really isn't much to say. Claude Murphy, saw you on another platform. Yeah, I mean, it's like I say, it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, we have to see how it goes. Yeah, of course, stick with the plan, but the honeymoon period is already over. Well, I agree. Well, like I said, I'm not a sucker. I don't listen to noise, and I never will because I know my football club, Dan. I know my football club, so there's no point. I'm not going to change, and I never will change because I've been let down too many times, and that's it. And I'm sorry, I'm done with that, and that's it. Big up to everybody in the chat. We are going to wrap up soon. This is going to be a short stream because I need to get this off my chest, to be honest with you. That was it. Really it. That's it. Mr. Bots of Unleashed, just to really react to this result, and that's it really for me. But please like and subscribe to the channel. Please big up the lights. Please get up the lights and please subscribe to the channel. I'm really targeting to get to 1,000. Nothing's going to change. It's just a target, and that's it. Really, nothing will change, and that's it. The only thing I do say is that I have been promising the best, the worst, and the best batting average series, and I'm still going to do that and show you a different side to me. Because, like I said, this is going to take time. I'm going to try and enjoy the journey because I do agree with what Poover said. Try and enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey, I said. I'll try and enjoy the journey. But yeah, I mean, that's it really. And I think that's what I'm going to try and do. Enjoy the journey and not take it too much. I mean, yes, I was a bit, I was. If you think I was a bit loud at the beginning, that's just the way I am. I make my point. I'm very trying to make myself clear with how I feel. But I know what this is all about now. This is going to take time, and that's it. And I think it's proven today. Even though, to be honest with you, it's not as bad as what people think. We got back into the game. We didn't lose the game in 90 minutes. We just lost on penalties. And yeah, penalties is a lottery. So it's not a disaster at all yet at the moment. But we did say there was going to be some bumps in the road. I think the problem is that we went over the top after the first 3 games with our results and saying we love Ange, we love Ange, we love Ange. Robbie Ewing's getting in, just started even more, getting more delusion in the fan base. And I think now we're back to reality with this result. And I think it needed to happen to just put people back in their places and realize this is going to take time. And that's it. Simple as that. But we move on. We move on to Burnley. And then we'll see what happens next. And that's it. But big up to everybody in the chat. Please like and subscribe. Keep the lights up. Get me up to 100 likes if you can do that. That would be really appreciated if you can. If you are watching this on playback, watching this on anything else, and that's it. And yeah, like I said, I do appreciate everyone watching. I do sometimes talk, and this is something that I do in my spare time and just try and enjoy it. Mr. Bots off his time to make himself known, and that's it. And that's my style, and that's it. You'll see me soon, hopefully soon, with another episode of Mr. Bots of Unleashed, and that's it. But big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to everybody that has supported Mr. Bots Office, and that's it. Big up to, because this is a new person in the chat, Harry Nichols. Big up to you. I mean, what is he defended the team? The fact that the manager's defended this team selection is the most disappointing part of the whole affair. He's actually defended. Why has he defended it for? Why has he defended it for? I don't understand why he's defended it. I think for me, Harry, I've got to be honest, Harry. I think he has to keep the players on board. I think behind the scenes, he'll be saying something a little bit. Well, he wouldn't say it to their faces, no, but I think he needs to keep the players on board. So I don't think I think he's just keeping faith because at the end of the day, he still has to look at those players, and if he loses them, you know what happens. So I wouldn't take too much what managers say. Okay, I do hear your point. I do really hear your point. But yeah, I don't know whether we should take what he says as a pinch of salt. I know he does. He has been spot on what he said in chat in press conferences. I do see. I do hear what you're saying, but I wouldn't get too over. I wouldn't take everything he says literally. I think you got to take it like a pinch of salt because really he would be very disappointed because from what I've heard, what he said he doesn't. He wants to win. So we have to see what happens. We have to see what happens, and that's it. But big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to everybody. And big up to everybody that's watching today. We're going to wrap up now, and you'll see me soon again at Leashin, Mr. Box Office TV again. And as always, if you didn't know, get to know, support your boy, Mr. Box Office, subscribe and like, and I'm out.